everyone, Annette here from Ask Me Decor. Welcome back, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. So today's video is all about summer plants, and we're going to start right here in the perennial garden. If you watched a video that I made about a month ago, it was all about the perennial garden waking up. And I will link that video in the description so that you can go back and watch it if you want to. But I would love to give you an update of what's going on now. Everything is up, things are starting to bloom, things are looking great, and let's take a walk through it and I can show you how all the perennial plants are doing so far this summer. Here's the lupine. They're looking fantastic this year in full bloom. The purple coneflowers and the black-eyed Susans are not there yet, but they're close. They have flower buds on them. There's some wild geranium that's blooming right now. I love the contrast with the purple and the red. My irises are just about bloomed out. In this corner there's rhododendron, Rosa Sharon, there's the lamb's ear, and bee balm. That'll look like fireworks when it's blooming. Then there's more of the purple coneflowers, my lavender, some Russian sage, and on that door I've got a beautiful purple clematis growing. Everything is really looking very healthy this year. I'm pretty happy with it. Another plant I wanted to give you an update on is our Japanese maple tree. So there's also a video up from about a month ago where we were trying to save the tree. We fed it, we trimmed it, and I wanted to give you a little update on how it's doing. It has a couple leaves up at the top that are looking like they're drying out, but for the most part it hasn't dropped any leaves. I think it's looking okay. There is a little bit of new growth coming out on some of these limbs, and it hasn't dropped any more of its leaves. So I'm waiting for the end of the summer, anxiously hoping that we have saved this tree. And then there's this sweet little cactus. This was actually a gift from my mom. She gave these to us, my sisters and I. We all got one after my mom was diagnosed with her cancer, and she was thanking us for taking care of her. And so it means a lot to me, and I have it a good, probably about 12 years. So here's my little cactus before I started trying to save it. It was looking extremely pale. It was losing a lot of its little parts, and we actually dropped it in the sink one day and broke the pot. So it was time. I needed to really focus on how to help this little plant. So I bought a new pot, and that came from TJ Maxx. It's a size bigger than what I had. I hoped that that would give the roots a little room to grow and maybe get the plant to be a little stronger. So here's the potting soil. It's Miracle-Gro. It has plant food in it, so it'll help this plant revitalize a little bit. Let's get the plant tucked in that new pot. First I put it in, and then I will put some dirt all around it to pack it in there good. And we'll give it a little water, put it on the windowsill, and hope for the best. So you can definitely tell. That was about 6 weeks ago that we put it in this new planter. It's larger, so it has more room for roots to grow. We gave it some of that great dirt, Miracle-Gro. I do not have an endorsement, just used Miracle-Gro because that's what I always use on my plants. But you can see the difference in this plant. It has greened up. It has all these little baby new shoots on it. I think we did a good job. We might have saved the plant, and I'm really happy about this. And the last place we're gonna do a summer plant update is right here in the vegetable garden. So I have some tomatoes growing, some garlic, basil, oregano, and red beets and onions. The red beets are actually starting to come up. The seeds have germinated, so I'm very happy with that. And before you know it, it'll be end of summer and we'll be eating these vegetables. I really enjoy this vegetable garden. I love planting some plants, watching them grow, nurturing them, and then eating them. This little white picket fence will go across the front of the garden. It gives it a very country garden feeling. I love that look. Here's a few of the little tomatoes I'm going to get in. I am going to give them some cow manure. That enhances the soil a little bit and helps with the growing process. And now you can see all these tomato cages that I am going to put around each tomato plant to give it some strength as it's growing. Here's my little sign that I made. It's a quote from Audrey Hepburn, and it hangs right at the entrance to the garden. Perfect. We're planting Roma tomatoes, by the way. They're perfect for canning, and that's what I will do with most of these tomatoes when they're done growing. I also have basil growing because I put a sprig of it in every single can of tomatoes that I do. So look at these little plants. These are red beets, germinated from seeds. I'm so happy they're coming up. And this is present day. The tomato plants are actually growing. They look great. Everything is coming up. I'm happy with the way everything looks. A little bit more rain would be helpful for us, but I'm not complaining. It looks great. A lot of fun to get this going, and it's one of my favorite group of summer plants, vegetables. So thank you for joining me for a little summer plant update. This was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how these plants all do for the whole rest of the summer. If you have any questions, just ask me. Now would be a great time to like and subscribe the video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.